What's going on, guys? It is Frankie here. It's that time of year. Playoffs are upon us here in the NFL. Here are my predictions for Wild Card Weekend, and I'm going to keep this short because I've had a little bit of a cold the last few days, so I'm not 100%. So I'm going to try to keep this brief, which I know for some of you that will be a relief because I tend to drown on during some of these picks. Let's get to the first game, Saturday night, 4:30, or Saturday afternoon, 4:30. Seahawks and the 49ers. The Niners are 10-point favorites. I'm actually going to roll with Seattle in this one. First of all, what a great job yesterday getting that win. Congrats to Gino and everybody there on pulling that out, getting the win against the Rams. And then they were lucky to get the Packers lose to Detroit. San Francisco, we know that they've been on an incredible run. Brock Purdy, 5 in a row to start his NFL career. And he's kept the Niners from completely falling apart here because we thought without Jimmy G, that was it. But Purdy has done an excellent job of keeping the team afloat. I think San Francisco will win this game. They've swept Seattle here in their division series. They've been just absolutely punishing in ever since with their defense. They've only allowed 3 combined non-garbage time points from Seattle's offense in those 2 games. Seattle also has a -4 turnover ratio in those games. But I'm rolling with Seattle to at least cover. I think Seattle has got something special coming here. It's going to be a divisional matchup. I think it's going to be intense. I think San Francisco wins it, but I can totally see this being a 7-point game that San Francisco ekes out at the end. I do think, again, I think the Niners are too talented. I think they will win this one, but I think Seattle will cover the spread. Gino and everybody will get it done. But they cannot turn the ball over. That is the one thing. The turnovers have killed them here in these last 2 games against them. They cannot turn it over here, but I say that will not happen. Give me the Seahawks +10, though I have San Francisco winning. Then we have Saturday night at 8:15, the Los Angeles Chargers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Chargers, a 1.5 favorite. Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, first playoff appearance for both of these guys. 2 of the young guns in the league making their playoff debuts. An incredible turnaround season for Jacksonville. All credit to everybody there. 5-game winning streak to wrap it up. Chargers struggled with health all season long. And they finally got to where they were about to be the healthiest they've been, but then they lose Joey Bosa and Mike Williams in their final game, which is going to be tough there. But I think in this game, it's going to be about whether or not Jacksonville can get pressure on Herbert. Jaguars rank 35, in the bottom third of the league with sacks. They only have 35. But I think in this spot, Chargers are a little bit more talented, a little bit more explosive on offense. And I think despite the fact that they just gave up 471 yards to the Raiders, the Broncos offense, I think they'll be a little bit better here in this game, and it's going to be close. I could see this being a Jacksonville. I could see Jacksonville pulling off something here, but I think the Chargers have the talent, have the and have the capability. I think they will win this one here in a close nail biter on the road. Give me the Chargers -1.5. Then we've got Sunday, 1:00, the Miami Dolphins and America's team, the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are 10.5-point favorites. I mean, I don't know who Miami's quarterback is. That's really going to come down to here. First of all, I think Miami might be the best team in the NFL, if not for the Chiefs. They have all this emotion after the Damar Hamlin, rallying around Damar Hamlin. The 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown yesterday were sensational and one of the many reasons why we love sports. We have no idea who Miami's quarterback is going to be. Tua has a concussion. Teddy Bridgewater has a broken finger. And the Bills have Josh Allen. So just based off that alone, the Bills should run away with this. And the Bills are at home. So the Bills should run away with this one. No disrespect to Miami. Congrats on making it to the postseason, even though they stumbled their way there. But they're going to need to pull off something amazing to get it done. Give me the Bills -10.5. This one's an emotional pick for me. The New York Giants and the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are 3-point favorites. I'm rooting so hard for the Giants here. They cannot lose this one. They cannot have this happen. Actually, I guess they can. I want this to be so bad. And I was rooting for this. I wanted this to be the matchup. I wanted it to be Giants-Vikings because I don't think the Giants can beat the Niners, but I think they can beat the Vikings. We don't know if the Vikings are any good. We've talked about this. They're 11-0 in one-score games. 2-4 in non-one-score games. One of those came a couple weeks ago on the 61-yard field goal by Caleb Joseph. And those were big days for Jones and Barkley. Jones threw for 300 yards. Barkley ran for 84. Giants ran for 6 yards a carry in that game, so we're going to need something to step up here for the Giants, and I think they will. I could see this being a Kirk Cousins choke job of a performance, even though I know I should trust Kirk Cousins more considering what he's done this year. Something tells me that he'll be able to do this. I want to believe in Daniel Jones, and I say he comes through in this spot. Saquon, Brian Dable, the defense, I think they will step up here in this spot. They'll get revenge on the road. It'll be a tough environment. It'll be a tough matchup, but in the end, the Giants get a huge win against Minnesota. I'm feeling it. I believe it. Again, this might be an emotional pick, but for me, I've got to roll with my Giants, and I think they can actually do it because if this was the Niners, I would not pick them. But since it's the Vikings, I think that this is a game that they can win, and I think they will win. Give me the Giants +3. Sunday night, the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are 6.5-point favorites, and this one is really all comes down to whether or not Lamar Jackson is going to play. We thought he would have played by now, but apparently his knee has not healed as fast as they wanted to. That's why he didn't play yesterday. So just because if he plays, if he plays, the Ravens will definitely be better. But I'm not sure how healthy he'll be. I'm not sure he'll be 100%. This could also, this could be the last game of Lamar's Ravens career. So there's, a lot of drama around that. Cincinnati, they're a hot team right now. The right side of their line is a little bit banged up, but they've got the offense to click. Burrow is playing terrific right now. And I think the Bengals, because we don't know about the health of Lamar, and I don't know how healthy he'll be if he plays, Cincinnati at home will be enough to give them a big victory over the Ravens in a rematch from yesterday in which the Bengals won that game. Give me the Bengals -6.5. This might be the biggest game of the week in terms of viewership, in terms of attention. It's Cowboys-Buccaneers. Cowboys are 3-point favorites. There's a lot of storylines in this game. It's going to be, Mike McCarthy, what's his future in Dallas. It's going to be Dak Prescott. One interception in each of the last 7 games. He's had a lot of playoff failures. He's never made it to an NFC Championship game in the 6-7 years he's been there. His first year was 2016, correct? Yes. So in the 6-7 years that he's been there, never made it to an NFC Championship game. Can this finally be the year? Dallas certainly, they have the talent for it, but then you watch a performance like they had yesterday against Washington, and you just can't imagine it. You just can't imagine trusting them. I know it might be stupid to pick Tampa Bay considering how bad the Buccaneers have been all season. They have been pretty awful. But they still have Tom Brady. And they're at home. And I'm not in a big spot. You push me up against the wall, backs against the wall, put a gun to my head. That's the analogy I was looking for. You put a gun to my head. I am not betting against Tom Brady in a playoff game, despite how stupid it might be, despite the fact that Tampa Bay has been dreadful, that he has been bad. I'm not even sure Todd Bowles is an NFL head coach. Despite all of that, I am not going to doubt Tampa Bay here. I'm not going to give up on Tom Brady. Tampa Bay, I am going to pick the Buccaneers to win. I know 3, so there's a possibility they could. But I'm going to pick them to win. That loss yesterday for Dallas was against a team that didn't need the win. That was really struggle. That really shook my sails a little bit. So I'm going to take Tampa Bay to win this one. This also could be Tom Brady's last game as a Buccaneer. I think the Buccaneers will win this one. It'll be an ugly game, but I think the Buccaneers win, and we will spend a whole week laughing at the Cowboys. At least that's my opinion. But if Tampa Bay loses, we can spend a whole week laughing at Brady, and this is how his career ends, when he could have just left last year. So in this spot, I'm going to roll with the Buccaneers. Give me the Buccaneers +3. That's it for now, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to this channel and you'd like to see, make sure you subscribe down below. I'll be back next week with more predictions. Check out my every touchdown of the regular season video that I just uploaded last night. It's an hour 20 every touchdown of the NFL regular season. So go check that out. Some NBA videos coming out in the near future. Some more football videos that I'll be working on. A lot of stuff and I'll have a college football video tonight for the national championship game between Georgia and TCU. So check that out then. Take care and God bless.